guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am making a beautiful multi-layered cake in my rice cooker. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come on in, make yourselves comfortable. Girl, we love a rice cooker over here. So if you are interested in rice cooker recipes, single serving recipes, kitchen appliances that make your life easier, definitely hit subscribe. Now, I actually had a comment the other day because I've made pancakes before in my rice cooker, and someone commented, have you ever made a cake? And I thought, oh my God, no, but like, let's definitely try this. And it just so happens that today here in Michigan, we got like a foot of snow. The kids don't have school, we're snowed in, and I thought, let's bake a cake. Let's bake a cake in the rice cooker and see how it goes. So I will say, this is an untested method here, so you're going along on this journey with me. And while I am a person that bakes and loves to make things from scratch, I'm trying to keep it simple today, and also I just have some of these things on hand, including this. Might as well use it, right? So we are going to use a cake mix, and it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I got this, we have like this discount food store near me, and it was there, like a whole pallet of them were there for like 50 cents. So I grabbed it for, I was gonna say a rainy day, for a snow day. So we're gonna use this box cake mix. I have really high hopes that it's gonna work. Let's do it. Let's make a gorgeous rice cooker cake. All right, I'm gonna make the batter according to the box, except for one interesting change. I'm not going to be using chicken eggs. I'm going to be using quail eggs, and that's because my family raises quail. So we don't buy chicken eggs very often, and since they're so expensive right now, we've really just been using quail eggs. And so it's about 4 quail eggs equals 1 chicken egg. So I'm using 12 quail eggs, and even though for demonstration purposes I should have got some chicken eggs, but like, I don't want to buy them. I have eggs. So if you're gonna do this, just follow the directions on the box. It's okay to use regular eggs. I'm using these. All right, so even though the quail are so fun to have, it is a little bit of a pain to cook with the eggs because you can't really crack them as easily as a chicken egg. I use these little quail scissors, these special little things to open them up, and they often have a tendency to get some shells in them too, just like the way that they're sort of formed. So I like to do them in a separate bowl first, just in case there's any shells in there. We've got 1/3 cup of vegetable oil and 1 cup of water. Fun fact, my favorite German word is the word for whisk, Schneebesen. You can just remember that forever because it's so important. All right, we have our rice cooker here. I want to divide this in half, but I think I'm gonna measure it because I want this to really work. I want our layers to be even. I'm not sure if it'll be too much. So this made like exactly 3 cups of batter. All right, let's put 1 cup in and see how high it is. Of course, hitting it with the spray. Like, I realize that maybe this is less convenient than throwing it in the oven, but there's a lot of reasons someone would be using a rice cooker, okay? You could make this cake in your dorm room. All right, you know what? This looks pretty thick to me. We are going to make this a 3-layer cake, which means we are going to have to cook these layers individually. We're gonna do this 3 times. And there we go. I think this is gonna work. All right, so it's been like 15 minutes. She moved over to warm, but I can tell it's not done. Okay, I can see that like, it's just like this little top layer. Okay, the forbidden taste. So I could just leave it on warm for a while and see, but I'm feeling lucky. We're gonna throw her on for another cycle and see what happens. All right, that only took like 5 minutes before it popped to warm. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is totally cooked. That totally worked. Okay, now hopefully it comes out nicely. All right. Now I'm hoping this will just fall right out. Oh, you guys, what? Come on, this cake is about to be so good. We're gonna have 3 of these layers. And it's so like nice and uniform and flat. and quite moist. But it still has what you expect out of a cake, like not the crispier bits, but you know what I mean, the different texture on the bottom. But I'm very hopeful about this now. Let's do the next layer. Now, because the rice cooker is kind of hot already, I'm wondering if the same exact thing will happen or not, but we're putting her on her first cycle. All right, this one is behaving the exact same way. Gonna turn it on for another cycle. I think this is way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh my gosh, okay. This one, because like it was already sort of like preheated, it looks a little bit different, but same vibe, it's fine. Time for the last layer. Oh, look at me, making a mess. I probably don't have to show you all of this. Just doing the same thing again. All right, time to put our last cake out here. Yeah, she's done. Perfect. These are already nice and cool. This one obviously still hot. So I'm going to go ahead, let this cool, and then we'll make our frosting. All right, you guys, it is time to make our stabilized buttercream, and we're doing that with pudding mix. The thing I also like about this is that pudding mix is cheaper than butter, and you're using less butter than you would in just a regular buttercream. You're sort of like substituting half the butter with a package of pudding mix. So it tastes really good. It's got a great texture. It holds up. It's firm because of the pudding mix kind of like makes it set, and it's more affordable. So all the things we love. And yeah, let's get that going. Here I have a cup of butter or 2 sticks. I am using a stand mixer, but you could use like a hand mixer as well. That totally works. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my pudding mix with some milk. You can also do like any flavor of pudding mix that you want. Like this is a fun way to make a lot of different flavors of frosting. Here we have half a cup of milk. And I know this is gonna be like insanely thick, but that's the point. Don't worry about it. All right, now we are going to blend up our butter, or with our butter. I think I want a paddle attachment first. Now we're going to add our, it's like paste. All right, it's nice and like thick and pasty. And now we are going to add a cup of powdered sugar. And I'm taking a minute every once in a while here to scrape down the sides. Obviously we want all the air to get in this so that it's nice and whippy. And we're also going to be adding in maybe like a tablespoon or so of milk until we get it to the consistency that we want. That is a very whippy frosting. I hope I have enough. I was really only planning on 2 layers, so I hadn't thought this out that well, okay? But we're going to assemble the cake now. All of our layers are nice and cool, but it's like so soft and creamy. Like pudding is such a rock star ingredient to keep around for things that are not pudding. Oh my God, this is gonna be a huge cake. Like height-wise, it's gonna be very tall. All right, oh my God. I feel like it needs like a dowel in it or something. Like, look at how big this is. All right, I don't know if I have enough to cover this, but I'm gonna try, okay? And I don't have like any fancy tools. I just have like normal things like a spatula and whatnot. So This is going to be a rustic cake. I would say cake decorating tools would be handy at this time. Okay, I mean, it is not the most perfect thing I've ever made here, but it looks pretty solid, and to make it even more delicious, I'm gonna add some Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top. Honestly, this looks so tasty and it smells really good. Guys, look at this cake. We made this cake in a rice cooker. Like, there was no oven involved here. So, for what I know about baking, I'm pretty confident that this is gonna taste pretty good, but we should still do the taste test anyway. And of course, my kids are having a snow day, so they are here, and they have been so wonderfully quiet in the other room, waiting for me to get done filming this little segment so that they can try a slice of our cinnamon cake. All right, moment of truth. How does she look? Oh my gosh. Whoa! Look at those layers. Look how well that stayed together. Like, are you joking? Oh my gosh. I'm very excited about this.
It's good.
Is it? You like it?
Out of 10.
What do you think, Des?
That's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta taste it too. I think like the moisture content is what I would mostly be like interested in. This is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it's almost like a bakery cake. It's really, really good. I love this frosting recipe too because it's like, it's dense like a royal icing, but not in like a heavy way. Does that make any sense? Probably not. You should try using pudding in your frosting. The cake, it tastes just like one you would make in the oven. It's nice and moist. It didn't get really dried out. It's cooked all the way. It's cooked very evenly. My layers are nice and even. This is actually incredible that this was made in a rice cooker. Like, I am so excited that this worked. And a huge thank you to the person who commented, have you ever made a cake in there? Because you really inspired me and you have really thought of something brilliant here. So thank you. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. And of course, come back for more content like this, especially with the rice cooker. Oh, and I forgot, I named the rice cooker. That's right. In a previous video, I said I love my rice cooker so much and I wanted a name for her, okay? And you guys came up with such good and clever names. I got so many great ones. Betty, like Betty Crocker, or Martha, like Martha Stewart, like play-ons of the Black and Decker. But one name stood out to me and more than one of you recommended this one and it was just so clever. I love a pun, I love a play on words. Jasmine, as in jasmine rice. Brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of that immediately. So, if you had been wondering, we have named the rice cooker. Her name is Jasmine. And Jasmine, girl, you kicked butt today. She is such a valuable member of our kitchen appliance family. And there you have it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!